You're with Pastor Troy right here, and we're on the dock here with a special episode. We'll tell you more about that in a minute right now, but we're going to get ready to rock and roll. This is going to be a quickie for you today. You know it, on the dock, we're all about conversations to propel your faith out of the shallows and into the deep. We're all sitting here at the table getting ready to have a nice conversation with you, enjoy maybe a beverage here, and then get you ready and primed to get out there and serve the Lord. We're excited about what's going on. If you're watching us right now, you're probably watching us maybe on YouTube or Spotify or iTunes, but we also have a presence on Google Play. Download that podcast program there, Facebook, Roku, Rumble. If you go to Roku, you got to download the SermonNet app and find the On the Dock channel. We're also on Rumble and, of course, SermonNet, great app. We have social media presence on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Telegram, and now on Getter. Check that out. And do us a favor when you go to those sites. Please hit subscribe, hit notify. It'll tell you when we go live. Hit like, and go ahead and share it with other people and share comments. Make sure they're all nice. We'll delete you if they're too negative. It's a positive program. And we work with Patreon. Patreon, if you want to become a partner, we have a presence on Patreon. And what's cool about Patreon is we have 4 partner tiers. So if you want to partner with us to do these programs, we'd love to have you. Check that out. We also have 3 levels of sponsorship. If you're a business or organization, want to sponsor an episode, we'll get you a brand on here. We'll work with you. Go check that out. There's 3 sponsorship levels. Go to Patreon, look up the On the Dock channel. You can check us out there. And if you can't find any of this, you're absolutely illiterate, but you can find www.onthedock.org. Our programmer, Haley Attalini, she has got links there to all of our templates. So get you right there to all of our sites. You can also find a link directly to my Patreon. And if you got any other questions, Donna here, our executive producer, she has an email here called info@onthedock.org. Email her and she'll help figure it out for you. So we love having you here. So we're glad to have you on the dock. It's going to be a special one. You've got your wonderful host, Pastor Troy Benetone. I got my co-host team, got my regular co-host here across the creek here is also our executive producer, Donna Kanuski. Donna, welcome to On the Dock again.
Good day.
Hey, glad to have you here. She hit her head right beforehand, so if you hear her doing something silly or dingling-ish, she's...
Who am I? Where am I?
She whacked her head really good, if her eyes cross up, it's just all that.
It kind of throbs. It's weird.
It throbs, but she'll make it. She's tough. Hey, Mother Beth's not here today. Mother Beth's on duty down in Memphis. She's on grandmother duty, and so we called in an elder's wife. She's also known as Kim Johnson. She's sitting in for Mother Beth today. Kim?
Hello.
Welcome to On the Dock. Yeah.
My first time here.
Yeah, and we got a good reason to have Kim here because Kim is a part of what we're going to be talking about today. She's got great perspective, so Kim's on the dock. She's a little nervous to be on the radio, but it looked like she did good right off the bat, don't you think? I'll give her 10.
Yeah.
All right, good deal. Hey, we've got Lucas Winkler over in the corner. He doesn't have a camera right now, but he does have a microphone if he needs to be. Lucas is here. Lucas is our techno wizard and our executive director. He's here. We got special guests in the studio right now. We've got our own Cody Moak. He's the City of Marion's Chief of Staff. Cody, welcome to On the Dock.
Thanks for having me.
Good to have you here. What does a Chief of Staff do?
Probably easier to answer with what I don't
do. No. Yeah, you just kind of keep things running, right? Keep the vision happening. Yeah, fantastic. Well, you're here. We're all here. We put this up. This is a special edition. Whatever was going to be going up, Donna had other episodes going to go up today, tomorrow, today and Thursday. Tuesday and Thursday is when we put out our episodes, Cody. But this is a special Christ edition, part 1. It's going to be put up today. I mean, you're hearing us today. Today is Tuesday. What is it? December 14th? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's going to be going up today, part 1. So we're glad to have you. We're going to be talking about, normally we put up our brand graphic, but we're just going to put it up right now. We're not ashamed. We're here talking about the Christ event. Community Faith Church presents this incredible narrative program called the Christ event. It's a walkthrough of the birth nativity story of Jesus Christ. We got it planned for December 18th and 19th from 5:30 in the evening to 9 o'clock. It's going to be in the City of Marion. Cody's going to help us look at that whole picture here in a minute. It's a live nativity tour with 6 panoramic scenes, live music, live animals, live real people. It's just real stuff. It's going to be cool. And it's going to be done as a part of the City of Marion's downtown Very Merry Marion. So it's going to be a great experience. I'll throw another screen up. You can read it if you get time. If you're on radio or someplace listening, we just want to invite you out to it. The Christ event is just incredible. We want you to come out and experience that. And you can find us those nights if you just want to come walk through. We'll be where Crown Brew is in their parking lot. 107 East Union Street. Come there. There'll be a registration tent, and you can get registered at 5:30 and be a part of a tour all the way through 9 o'clock. If you just one of those people that need to be pre-known, you can go to www.thechristevent.com. I'll back that up and show you that website again, www.thechristevent.com. And there's a way to pre-register and get your Eventbrite ticket, and you can be all in order. Either way is good. If you got a large group, you can reach out to us. So that's just kind of the basics right there. Let me start, because you've never probably heard about the Christ Event out there. We have an incredible little 2-minute overview that shows it. Now, this is dated 2016. We were at Walker's Bluff when this was filmed. Remember Walker's Bluff, guys?
Oh, yeah.
Kim here has been a shepherd's guide for all of our years, and that means she's one of the tour guides that takes groups around. So it was cold that last year.
It was cold.
Oh, it was sub-zero, like zero-ish. I mean, bad. Like things were freezing in the air.
It froze our generators.
It froze our generators. We had to heat them with torches to start.
Everything was
iced. Hey, we're gonna get like 31 to 41 this week. It's gonna be balmy.
Oh,
it's gonna be balmy. We're
Praise
not
God.
gonna know what to do.
Goodness.
Donnie, remember how cold it was?
Oh my goodness.
Donna sings. Donna is a scene 2 Elizabeth singer.
Scene three.
Scene 3. I'm sorry. Scene 3 Elizabeth. She sings an incredible song there. It's an incredible scene where Mary and Elizabeth meet, and we'll show you pictures of that in a minute. But you'll see her there, and Lucas here runs the whole production behind the scenes. So me, every now and then I'm a shepherd at the end, but really your husband's been doing that. I haven't touched it in a while, so I just kind of designed it and wrote it and just kind of hang out. I really do nothing, so it's embarrassing. But we're going to show you this real quick. Check this out. Lucas is going to bring this up, and we're going to show you what this looks like for about 2 minutes. That's pretty good right there. That's the Christ Event. That's the opening from 2016. You can see our breath was freezing in the air. That was our last time out at Walker's Bluff. They were so good. Walker's Bluff, we got there 2 years. Really good space. We had to completely generate everything. We had a big field, and we basically had a big oval, and it was a nice experience out there. It was just out in the middle of nowhere, though. And we shut it down in 16. We all froze to death. It took us 4 years to thaw out. And what's cool about it, we got a call about before COVID hit. The city of Marion was really ready to rock and roll here, and we got a call about maybe doing it. We were planning to do it last year, and then with COVID, we decided to say give it another year. And this year, we did kind of back in the summer. We said, well, let's go, and that's how we got going with it. So, Cody, just tell me a little bit. Before we get into the Christ Event a little bit deeper, tell us about the city of Marion. City of Marion's a happening place. I mean, we've got restaurants popping up. I mean, I think Old 13's got restaurant popping up. We've got new ownership of the mall. We've got, I mean, I just love it. I don't have to go to St. Louis almost for nothing anymore. Thank God. I'm from Memphis. I don't even need to go there unless I want to listen to music on Beale Street. If we could get us some blues here, I'd cut that off. Tell us about what is happening and the heart behind what Team Apsher, I mean, just incredible work. What's going on? What can you give us an overview about?
Yeah, so we've got a lot going on, obviously. A lot of private development out by the mall and redevelopment of that area, which we're extremely excited about. And that's the goal, right? That we have enough development there to sustain our folks here in Marion and keep them from going to St. Louis or Memphis or wherever to spend their money. We want them to stay home. And in doing so, we also want to attract people to this area. So that's going to take some more development, and all of that's in progress currently, and we're excited about that. So while we feel that area is kind of taking care of itself and a lot of good things are happening out there, we're trying to instill that same vision of redevelopment downtown. And so we've made some investments there. We've got a lot of good things coming. When this event happens next year, we should have a ice rink downtown. That'll be a permanent fixture every winter.
Around the square? Around the circle?
It'll be on the center circle, which will be really neat. So
That's cool.
That's cool. Isn't that cool? Yeah, that's cool.
So under 50 degrees, we'll be able to skate.
We'll be able to
there.
do it.
Yeah, so if we have weeks like this in December when it's 60,
Hey,
that's gonna be a little
our
tough.
Scene 5 is over that direction. It's on the square this year. We'll have to move it a little bit next year. Or we've decided we're going to get ex-hockey people and we're going to do it on skates. So our Scene 5, it may change our Scene 5.
Crazy event on ice.
Rick Burkett is one of
Absolutely.
our lead shepherds at Scene 5. I'm going to enjoy seeing Rick Burkett and the Burketts on skates. I'm sorry.
That'll be great.
That'd be
That'll
good.
great. Yeah.
That'll bring some real class to downtown Marion. Have your own skate.
Absolutely.
The square is buzzing. I know there's trash dumpsters right now. This morning, the First Southern Bank, I could just hear stuff dropping from the 3 stores down through the tube morning, and every time it dropped, I thought, "There's progress."
Yeah.
This redevelopment, the buildings are the one building that's been open for about a month is now closed up. That building's going to look phenomenal. The square looks good. You can see almost everywhere where there's not a business is coming in, and not an average business, but an exciting business.
Yeah. So we've had a lot of people want to relocate to Marion.
Yeah.
And again, that's great that we've got. I think announced last week was Granny Puckett's over in Heron.
That's great.
They're going to come and open a bakery and a deli in Marion in that
Fantastic.
building. That building that you talked about that was open.
That was open. That's going to be where that is. It's great.
Yeah. So we've got a restaurant from Benton coming down, Seasonings. They're fantastic as well.
The pizza place. Who owns the pizza place that's on the square there now?
On the corner?
Yeah.
Kevin Tondini.
Just a beautiful building.
Yeah,
What they did to that's incredible.
Yeah.
Got Swinford Media there.
Yeah.
The city's moving their facility around.
To the bank building, yeah.
I hear we got a great restaurant coming eventually on the other side, hopefully.
Yeah.
It's still good. And what's cool is Josh's business. My son, him and Jared have Crown Brew right to the backside. So the development's not just on the square; it's off the square and around the square. It's just cool. The Mercantile is going on. There's a lot happening in the Vault building, in the big building.
Yeah.
It's just downtown Marion's happening. And now tell us a little bit about this whole concept. I know it's kind of crazy, but there's a website to it. I went to it, the Very Merry Marion. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so part of this redevelopment is bringing people downtown to shop at these restaurants or to shop at these businesses, eat at these restaurants, grab a cup of coffee, all these great things that we have. We also want to support those folks by bringing people to the downtown area. So we have a lot of plans for different festivals throughout the year, one of which is we want to make Christmas time very special. We want something going on every weekend. We've had carriage rides going on the last week up there, which are a huge hit.
Those things are incredible. They're it's like a family of 6 can be on them.
8, I believe.
8. They're like something, guys, you would see in downtown Memphis or Nashville or St. Louis. You don't need to go there and ride those things. They've got them right here.
Yeah, and it's a couple that comes out of Paducah to do that for us.
Yeah, and we're not knocking. I love the Amish people.
Yeah.
We're not talking about a little buggy. We're talking about a sleigh ride.
Yeah.
This is serious business.
Yeah,
It's
and
great.
they wear like old English gear.
I know. I love it.
It's really
It's
nice.
beautifully done. Beautifully done. And that's taking place in front of the Civic Center. Do people need to? Do they pre-register for that? Just show up?
Yeah, so that's wrapped up this year. We always pre-sell tickets to that because we have a finite number of
spots.
available.
Do you expect that to be back next year?
Absolutely.
So just keep
Absolutely.
looking for that
Yeah,
next year.
Just
Don't
keep
miss
looking
it.
at that
Yeah.
Very Merry Marion website.
So what else has been going on? And that?
Yeah, so 2 years ago we started with our big festival, and that's kind of been on hiatus because of COVID. Yeah. So we want to do that again in the future, and that may look a little bit different with the ice rink being involved. But we brought up vendors a couple years ago. We brought up artisan vendors that make their own products to sell. Perfect time of year again.
Right.
And then we brought up some food trucks. In the future, we're going to do a parade.
That sounds great. That sounds great.
And then, of course, we'll have the carriage rides going. We'll have the Christ event going. We'll have ice skating going. So
that lower parking area where Crown Brew is down, there's a lot of parking. You guys got room down there to do a Christmas market and stuff even down there?
All kinds of stuff. An idea that was proposed to us that we'd love to figure out how to make happen is like a Chris Kendall market, which I think is big, kind of up north. Have these little cook portable warehouses or something like that set up for merchants to come in that sell stuff at festivals throughout the year. Set up between Thanksgiving and Christmas and sell your stuff, make some really neat Christmas gifts, and really support our local work from home type.
Well, that gives you a feeling where not only where Very Merry Marion is, but where it's going. And what's the website for that?
It's verymerrymarion.com.
And Mary, I tried to look at it with a Mary as an Marry. That's a pastor for you. I'm thinking not Marion people, but Mary. Yeah. So Very Merry Marion, you look it up, you can find it. Yeah. You can see the Christ event on that. When you get to the Christ event, click on it. It'll take you to the portal of our website. You can see a video. The videos we're showing you, the commercial and that 2-minute video are there. The link to the Eventbrite site where you can get your registrations there. But you can also see all the other things they've been doing, what they're going to be doing. Will that be the same site next year? People can look at.
I think we'll probably keep that going.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's fantastic. I love what I see going on. When we were in the woods at Walker's Bluff, God bless them, we run those generators and we run them hot, ragged, and we show up here and everywhere we're plugging into real old fashioned power. That's so great. So we pull up to the 6 center. We got scene 6, the big Marion scene, our big final scene, the big bonanza with the most power that we draw anywhere. And we always are like just praying that the lights will stay on for Jesus. The lights will stay on for Jesus. Baby Jesus, please, baby Jesus. And we get there, and Josh Benson, who runs the Civic Center, he's just been our great ambassador for us. He says, "How much power do you need?" I said, "Well, we need a lot of power. It's probably more than you've got." And he says, "Look over there." And I said, "What's that?" He said, "That's a 400 amp disconnect we have for you." 400 amp disconnect? We're trying to figure out how to bring more lights out now. We got all the power we need. The city is so prepared for what's happening in the future.
Yeah, if we want to have all these festivals, we've got to provide the resources.
The infrastructure is really being laid well for a great future. Yeah. Thank you for doing that.
Absolutely.
In the city of Marion. Yeah. We have never had such welcome. And every business is working. We took over behind the Arcadia. Is that what the name of it? The Arcadia?
Arcadia.
They just donated their back space to us. We borrowed water from the pizza place in the name of Jesus. We got power coming from Crown Brew. We got power from here. And everybody has just rolled up their sleeves and welcomed us to Downtown Marion.
Absolutely.
It's been great. Union City Arts Building, Luke there, we're doing 3 scenes in their backyard. And we are pulling all kinds of power from their place, blocking their parking lot with a tent on Thursday, and they have just made us feel super welcome. So
great.
The downtown merchants, are some good people that are excited about what they see happening.
Absolutely, and they want all these people down.
The one thing I can tell you that I love about Cody and Mayor Mike Apsher is when you're at downtown, it's hard to come and have a cup of coffee downtown and not see them somewhere in the downtown with a group of people, sharing what's going on, walking somebody around, having a meeting with somebody. You guys are ambassadors.
Well, if you want good things to happen, sometimes you got to will it that way.
Yeah, I was eating biscuits and gravy at one place. I will not name the place. And the woman said, they've talked to me about bringing biscuits and gravy to Marion. And I'm saying, come on now. People outside the city are talking about why they may need to come to Marion. And I think that's incredible.
Yeah, absolutely.
I really don't feel, other than I'd like to go to the Hill in Chicago, St. Louis occasionally. I just don't, of course,
there's some good Italian downtown.
I know we're getting that. We get us a market. We got Louis over in here. We can get the little food from. We got Benny's. We're getting. It's tough here. You just almost don't have to go to St. Louis or Memphis. Honestly, Paducah, I've written off. Because we're matching Paducah for food, and now we got another new steakhouse. You got choices now. You don't have to wait in line as long. So actually, the lines are pretty long because everybody's coming to Marion.
Everybody's there.
Right. I know people are coming out of the woods. Anna, they come up. You live down in the booty of the state. You're from Vienna, right?
Dongola.
Yeah. Do y'all come up here to eat?
Yeah.
Yeah, you come up here now?
Especially after church.
I know. You come up here now. We got all these people. We gotta get some rules on people that are not from Williamson County. They have to come second or something.
No,
No, we're
can-
guests.
You want them to come?
Anytime.
You want them to come?
I think
All
guests
right.
go first, right?
Oh, that's right.
that's how
Kim's always polite and proper. That's why she's one of our elders' wives. Yeah, fantastic. Just tell us a little bit. Why in the world would you invite a church in 2021 to come partner with you guys to present our Christ event?
Well, personally, I've been to this event in the past when it was here at the church, and it's a great event for families. And we're always looking for different offerings, right? So we've got all these great events going on downtown, but what are we missing? We're missing the reason for the season, right? So
That's good.
we saw this as an opportunity. I know you guys hadn't done this event in a few years.
We took a break. We froze to death.
Didn't know why that was, so that's why we reached out and said, hey, is this something you're still interested in doing? And if so, you want to bring it downtown?
We were ready to dust it off. We were ready. We were just looking for an opportunity. And when you called, what's funny is you called, then somebody else called and wanted us to come back. And in that same week, and then like a month later, another town called. Yeah. And we just said, hey, our hometown called.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And even though we'd like to come back out in the middle of the wilderness, and even though I'd love to go to Heron, that's where my family's all from, the problem is our hometown called us. When your hometown calls you, when you're a Marion-based church and your city calls you and say, will you present the story of Christ in our town center? Mm-hmm. We all stand on Sundays. We've been praying for you. We stand in all of that. Mm-hmm. That there are just not a lot of cities today. They'll put a little something up, but there's a lot of cities that just kind of strip, Christmas out and just say happy holidays. Mm-hmm. But you guys have, the first thing when Cody called me and I sat down and met with him and Mayor Absher, I said, you guys sure you guys want to do this? You guys, we're going to share the story of Jesus. You guys are going to tell them, and they're like, dude, not a problem. I appreciate that. And we are presenting this as a theatrical performance. And that's why it says Community Faith Presents. I designed this all. I didn't write the scripture because we simply tell the story using the Bible. There's no, other than the opening video that you go see that gives us some narration and it helps you understand the context, and the invitation at the end, which one of our shepherd guides give. You're just hearing the unadulterated Bible presented, just the story. In each set, we have a featured song that captures that scene. And these are going to be songs everybody knows, and they're beautifully done. So I think it's just amazing that you guys are stepping out. We are blessed to have a city that is thinking like this today, that is open to this. And I think it's what makes Marion a great place to raise your family.
And that's what we hope for.
Yeah, and this is a family-friendly community. It's a family-friendly event. It's a family-friendly show. Let me show you a couple things here just to get us talking about this. This is scene one for those of you watching at home. If you can't see in the car or whatever, we understand. Scene one's a little bright. I'm sorry about that. I didn't adjust that well. But that's the Mary scene, the Annunciation. Our angel Gabriel comes out. It's in the Bible. Tells Mary she'll conceive a child. And we have incredible Marys. We have like 6 Marys in the show. 6 different Marys. We have Mary scene 1. We have Mary scene with Mary scene 3, is that right? We have Mary scene 5.5,
right.
And we have Mary scene 6. Okay, 5.5 is on a mule walking. You don't ever see her face, so you never know. But each of these Marys, there's doubles. So when we have costume night, there'll be at least 10 Marys running around. So anybody that's got a blue bonnet could be a Mary. But we are blessed. This is an incredible, we share the scripture, incredible song in this. You don't want to miss it. And you'll be basically brought to this scene by your shepherd guide. Kim is our lead shepherd guide. So you'll be brought here to the scene after you go through a whole process. It's a beautiful process that we do. We will actually completely have a runway with hay bales and lights, like beautiful lights in bags that are beautifully lit, and it'll light the path that the shepherd guide takes the people on tour. And some of you are wondering, how do we get through the square? We'll have incredible crossing guards helping us cross, and you will not get clipped, we promise. So it's going to be great. We're going to start it down low where Crown Brew is. You'll get registered. You'll get started. Scene 1 and scene 2 and scene 3 are down in the valley, so to speak. Here's scene 2. Scene 2 is Joseph. Mary gets annunciated, but then Joseph has to deal with the fact that his wife's pregnant, but they're still not married and she's supposed to be a virgin. So it's a real controversy here. Joseph does not stone her, does not put her out, because there's this incredible scene in the Bible where the angel of the Lord comes and tells him it'll be okay. Names the child. And we have an incredible scene where Joseph sings a beautiful song after the angel's visitation, and that's an incredible scene of Joseph's bedroom. And then we have, this is Donna's scene. Donna's scene's famous. It's an outdoor scene. We all know that when Mary is with child, but yet not told anybody. She goes to visit her cousin, who's a much older woman, Elizabeth. And Elizabeth, she finds with child already ahead of her. Does everybody know what the child of Elizabeth is? Anybody know?
John the Baptist.
John the Baptist. John the Baptist, who will foretell it. And we know the story that the baby leaps in her womb, already excited about announcing Jesus is coming. And we have this beautiful scene where Donna, in the character of Elizabeth, sings to Mary and tells her the power of what she's going to be having. It's a beautiful song. Mary, do you know? Is that what it is? It's the song? Yes. Yeah. And then scene 3, I got this. I think I missed a scene. No, I didn't. Yeah. Scene 4. Scene 4. This is our diabolical scene. If you're an old Battlestar Galactica person, we scripted this off Battlestar Galactica. It's the scene where Baltar is in Battlestar. He's sitting up on the throne and the Cylons are at him. This is King Herod. And our King Herod, he's a large King Herod. Our King Herod is so good. He moved from here. He now lives in Cincinnati. He's driving back just to play this role for 2 days. It's so typecasted, we can't get anybody else. So King Herod will do this, and he's sinister as all get out. This is where he pulls the wise men in and says, I want to know where this baby is. We're going to take him out. You know,
he has a nightly goal to make one child cry.
He does. He will make a child cry.
In Jesus' name.
In Jesus' name. The child will understand what's going to happen. This child's going to run a good thing. And this is Jay does an incredible cantor of a song. It's great. It's a great scene. And that's going to be up the alley there. And then you can see this here. This is great. Then it just looks all scary. Yeah. And then we get to scene 5, which this year will be on the square, on the round square. We will have some sheep there. We'll have, it'll be great. We're going to we decided we're going to run this scene active all the time. Okay. We're going to actually keep it going, keep it lit. And that as people are coming through around, they can see what's happening on the square. Yeah. So we're going to run active characters the whole time here. And we're going to treat it like Disney World. But this is our shepherds on the plain where they get the visitation of the angels. And you can see the crowd kind of gathered around. And the reason we get the people at this scene is because we always offer a little fire thing, and that keeps them warm. It's the only scene with heating. And then, of course, the beautiful manger scene will be on the square directly in front of the Civic Center. It's an incredible scene 6. And up on top there is our choir of Silent Night Angels. And let me just tell you something special. Normally, we've done that, and we've had a great team do it. They've done a great job. But we were sharing this vision with other churches, and they got excited with us. So we are going to announce for the first time a world premiere right now here. The world premiere announcement is the Choir of Angels, the Angelic Angels, Scene 6, the Christ event, will be none other than the West Monroe Street Apostolic Church Choir.
Fantastic. That's great.
Nice.
And they can sing like it was something special.
Let's bring it down.
Bring it down. They're going to sing. So when you get all through this scene, everybody's going to light the candles. Let me just show you the picture of this. This is great. Everybody's going to be lighting the candles as they lead us in Silent Night. We're going to sing a couple verses of that. It's going to be great. That's going to wrap up the final scene. And just let me just show you. This is our cast for scene 6. I mean, isn't that great? You get the donkey. Technically, the donkey's scene 5.5. So that's like Mary 5.5. Yeah. She rides. They'll walk that in front of them from 5 to 6. Okay. And then look at this bunch here. And then how about this one? I love this one. This is when we did it out here in 13 or 14. Yeah, this is an older version we did on the grounds here. So it's just incredible. I want to show you vintage. This is vintage 2005 Pawnee in the square. That's my son Joshua, the owner of Crown Brew, when he was a young boy in high school.
He's going to love you.
Yeah, he's going to love you for that one. And then these are animals. Gosh, we have an animal handler. We're going to have him in part 2 and talk to him about all the animals we'll be having for the event. So live animals, when people come and they're registering for this event, down at Crown Brew 107, there'll be a parking lot tent that says register here for the Christ event. Once you get registered, you'll be put in a group, Candy cane group, Christmas tree group, gingerbread. They'll call your group as you're announcing. You'll start your video tour, then you start the walking tour. While you're doing that, we hope to have some animals down there for your kids can see and touch, and we'll have some things that are really nice, goats and sheep and whatever Daryl has. We'll have a petting zoo. Maybe we'll have something to warm yourself around. And listen to this: Crown Brew is going to be open from 5 to 8, even on Sunday for us. They're going to open up just on Sunday from 5 to 8, so people can get something fresh down there while they're waiting. They'll be open Saturday extended hours, 5 to 8 as well. So they're going to make sure they stay open to 8 at least each night, maybe a little longer. If you just got a line going out the door, Josh's not going to shut the door on you. He might. But if you just really plead and say it's in the name of Jesus, they are excited to be a part of us with this. So we want to thank Crown Brew. We want to thank Union Street Arts. They are just opening the door to us. Swinford Media is going to be down there with us both nights, Cody. They're going to be filming the whole thing, and then they're planning on doing a broadcast version of this on their media platforms on Christmas Eve and Christmas. That's pretty cool. Yeah. So we've got them involved as well, and other businesses are all a part of making this thing happen. We're just so tickled about it. You got Kim, just give us your perspective a little bit. You've been a tour guide. Tell us what you see when you go around with people and their experience.
One thing I would like to point out is this is fantastic for generations to come, for grandparents and grandkids. To do the whole walkthrough, it's fantastic. It's just a good, like Cody said, he was here a few years back. He was looking for it. It's a good thing. It's a good tradition to start year after year after year to again remember through all the hustle and bustle that you're celebrating the birth of Jesus Christ. And so as we walk you through each step, it brings it to life and makes it very memorable, I think. And the music's beautiful.
Absolutely. Do you see people get touched by it?
Absolutely, yes. And like I said, the little kids, get excited. The grandparent, and it's a good opportunity if you want to bring somebody that's unchurched or not familiar with the Jesus narrative. It's a good chance for outreach for that.
To see it.
Because, we present the gospel.
What's funny is when we get to scene 6, we have 3 or 4 tours in process. So it's a moving thing, but we have a little time. So when they get done at scene 6, the number of people that will stop and take pictures as families or with the animals or want to connect with the cast is incredible. And right there, they'll have candles. There'll be a little booth there. They can drop them off. Hands of Hope Foundation, a foundation that I run that does work all around the world. We'll have a little tent there. You can drop your candle off. If you want to make, this is a free event, but if you want to make a donation, it'll be used to touch somebody's life that we're doing ministry to around the world. You can do that. But there'll be people there that can answer questions, help you with pictures. We'll even have a special gift we've never done this year. We had one of our people stepped up and said, if anybody doesn't have a Bible, I think we ought to have one for them. We have had almost 1,000 Bibles donated. That's great. They've all been handwritten in, prayed for. And so if you're there and you don't have a Bible, you want a new one for this year, we're going to give you one. Great. So get to scene 6, you get to see one. So it's going to be an incredible year. Donna, what comments from you? You've been in the cast. You sing in the scene 3. Tell us about your experience.
Well, I think like with what Kim said, in our home, we go through the Christmas Jesus narrative in the book of Luke on Christmas Eve, and that's just a tradition that we have. But how much better to see a live action prequel to the Christmas season. It's a great way to bring it to life. And really my favorite part of this event is the end of the night, because the last group that comes through, you go to scene 1 and the scene plays out and those actors come with that group to scene 2, and then they gather scene 2 people, and the group gets bigger and bigger as it goes. And so a lot of times we don't get a chance to go around and actually see how
until the end.
Right. And so it's really great for us to be able to be in that end scene at the nativity on the very last group of that day and just really hear this come together. And how big is the choir going to be? Do you know?
They'll have at least 7 to 8 up there at a time. Woo! They're going to rotate the groups, but the platform holds 8.
I'm going to be listening
it's
from down in the hole.
And we may have a couple
3.
down. And we're just so excited. I just want to thank Terry Griffith, the pastor at West Monroe Street.
Absolutely.
Dustin and Jordan are all going to be a part of that. Jordan's going to be one of the shepherds helping share the gospel to end. Cool. Just the partnership with churches working with us is incredible.
And Cody, we'll put the link up for Very Mary Marion on our stuff, and we'll link with Swinford Media for the Christmas Eve thing that they'll broadcast.
We'll for on the dock and on the dock.
Yeah, we'll
hey,
put that
just a
on
reminder, the Christ Event's free and fun for everyone. Families, large. If you're a large group, you can go on our site. Say you got a group from a church group, 25, 30. We've had buses come in the past. Just go on our website. It tells you how to get a hold of us, and we'll reserve you a spot. Okay, you can get your tickets. You can walk up that night. What we do is got groups running about 4 or 5 an hour. So you just get there, and we'll get you in the next group, and we can run groups of 30 to 70 if we had to. We can get pretty big if we need to. But we try to keep them in a good size. And then don't forget to dress accordingly to the weather. It is a walking tour. You're going to walk for about 15, 20 minutes. If you are disabled, we will have a couple ADA carts, and we actually time those out, and you go with them, and we just back the cart up, and you're on a golf cart, and you have a driver, you're backed up to the scene, and you get to sit and watch it. So we'll take care of you in that situation, right, Kim?
Right.
We
Absolutely.
get people around. You just have to dress appropriately for the weather and just come on out. It's going to be exciting. So that's going to be Saturday, December 18th, Sunday, December 19th, 5:30 to 9 o'clock each night, Saturday and Sunday. And you can come down where Crown Brew is. You'll find the registration in the parking lot. I think it's going to be pretty exciting. Cody, what do you think?
I think it's going to be great.
I think it's going to be great. Hey, we're going to wrap up this episode. Let me show you the commercial we've got running right now. Thank you for everybody helping us make this happen, Cody. I appreciate you guys. And here we go. Let's show this commercial real quick.
Community of Faith Church in Marion would like to invite you to come and experience the Christ event. This outdoor event features 6 live scenes depicting the birth of Christ and is filled with wonderful music, beautiful sets, and live animals. Each story lasts around 20 minutes and admission is free. The Christ event, Saturday, December 18th and Sunday, December 19th, each night from 5:30 to 9 p.m. in the parking lot adjacent to 107 East Union Street in downtown Marion. Don't forget to dress warm and bring the whole family.
There you go. Bring the whole family. Dress warm. Christ event. You can go right now to www.thechristevent.com. You can check that out and get registered to be a part of it. You can also go to the Very Merry Marion and find it as well.
That's right.
And we look forward to you guys. As you can see, whatever you're doing this year, come out and be a part of it. And you want to get Mary Marion in on your schedule every year. It's going to get bigger and bigger. Absolutely exciting, very exciting. Hey, we'll be back for another episode. We're going to go deeper into this special edition in a part 2 of the Christ event. So check that out in just a little bit. We're glad you're joining us here on the dock. And just a reminder, you can find all of our programming at www.onthedock.org. You can email us for more questions at info@onthedock.org. Donna will try to get out other information and links on this broadcast so you can get linked to these other sites we've been mentioning. You can always watch us again on YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, Facebook, Roku, Rumble, and Sermonette. Please share these with other people. Make sure you register and subscribe to different ones so you have different platforms available. You never know, somebody may kick us off for saying Merry Jesus, Merry Christmas. You never know. And social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Telegram, and Getter. Please share this information out. Share this link out in the broadcast out. Let other people know they can come and be a part of a very Merry Marion. Subscribe, hit like, notify, and share those comments out. And you can always become one of our partners or sponsors on Patreon. Check that site out. And just a reminder, we are at Community Faith Church here. We sponsor this program here. We have our Advent series going on. There's a great fourth Sunday of Advent coming up this Sunday, December 19th. We would love to have you be a part of the Unexpected King. If you don't already have a church home, that meets at 10 o'clock. We have a very special Christmas Eve service going on December 24th at 5:30 to 6. We do communion by families. So you just come in and have communion with your family, and then the service starts at 6 o'clock. And that goes promptly from 6 to 7. You can get back out and do your family stuff. But come and enjoy Christmas Eve with Christ at Community Faith Church. We have a real special Sunday, December 26th service called Hope is Here. So it's after Christmas, and we just want to celebrate the Savior's come. We'd love to have you be a part of that. And again, we're at Community Faith Church. We are a church that's found by coftv.com. You can check that out. You can also come. We want you to come and be live. But we also have a TV embedded presence on that site, coftv.com. You can find us on Facebook and YouTube as well. We'd love to have you out at 10 o'clock on Sundays, Wednesdays at 6:30. Thank you guys for being here. Donna, thank you. Are you still okay? Is your head okay?
I think I'm all here now.
All right, you're all here now. Kim, was it bad being on your first on the dock?
It wasn't too bad.
No, I don't. We'll make you work harder in part 2. We'll make you work a lot harder.
It's all good.
Cody, was it okay? Did you survive?
Yep,
Thank you for coming out and just sharing vision. Thank you for what you're doing for the city of Marion. And please greet Mayor Apsher. Tell him we are praying for the city. We thank you for the city and the city workers and the incredible work they're doing to make Marion a great place to be. We are very proud of what's happening in Marion, and it is saving our cars mileage, not having to drive all around the world to just enjoy great comfort right now. We've really got a great place. Lucas, thank you so much. We'll be back with you soon on another edition on the dock. I'm Pastor Troy. Have a great Merry Christmas. We'll see you at the Christ event.